Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is Suraj Singh speaking of Bharat, India on this day, April 21st, 2021, Wednesday. This talk is regarding quality system quality, civil engineering designs, construction methods, contracts, quality structure, organizations, coordination, all the qualities on top. It's a very important one which you cannot miss. If you miss that, we miss ourselves. Quality, important word. Certifications of certain titles, certificate of chartered engineer, certificate of professional engineer, certificate of fellow membership, and then quality talk, quality issue, then buildings, whatever else. Nothing can be called exclusive, and everything is exclusive, of course, inclusive and exclusive both. Quality is considered exclusive, of course, indeed it's exclusive. Quality is exclusive as well as inclusive. If you exclude quality, means we exclude our lives. If you exclude quality from products, from works, I think we should feel ashamed of. If we can't deliver quality in products, we don't trust in God, this means. Because God, who made us, who generated human, who generated universe, who generated every particle of available in universe, He did complete all that with required quality. No particle exists in universe which has freedom to be quality free. Every existent particle, atom, whatever you can call it, is with full of quality that God thought is necessary, and God did not do any misery on that. God thought of universe, this means God thought of all we. If my body is qualityless, I can't live safe, I can't live healthy. That is fact of life. Whatever body parts one got, one can't remain happy if my body part doesn't function or is weakened. This means quality is released from my body part. We call this person is not having sound mind. What does it mean? This means there is defect in mind, and we consider that person weak mentally, non-performing or partly performing. This means function of quality is lost. I am giving this background because to what level, what specification, what degree of consideration is necessary in quality for somebody to function must be given due value. Majority of people least bother about quality, and that is annoying to me and must be annoying to you. Annoying in a sense, what do we want? We should raise a question to ourselves. What do we want? Why don't we respect something that must be there? We can blame others. Yes, everybody can blame others. Oh, this organizer is not giving quality product. This person is not giving quality. But do we ask ourselves, what quality do we give? What work you do you perform with quality? Why don't you perform with quality? Question arises. Or if you perform with quality, then you should have concentration on searching out how better you can do it, more better you can do it, Can you? But it is far away now because quality itself is not coming out. Quality means total quality, not only product quality, but total process quality, total system quality. Those people who are working on that system, their respective quality, mind quality, design quality, performing quality, maintenance quality, and quality in handling everything. Quality doesn't mean only testing. Quality means material, and before that design, and before then contemplation, and before then objective. What objective we fix? We fix certain objective which is based on availability of material, requirement of objective, and how does it work in society, where it is required, to what extent it is required, can we do without this, or we have to make money only. Everybody is behind money. This is unfortunate. Everybody is behind money all over the world, except with certain exceptions, I can say. Maybe 2 to 3% people are there who have certain solid objectives in life. They are not always behind money, but 97% people have always been behind money, and they think as much money they can earn, it's good for them. Yes, it's good for them, but if they earn, what does earn mean? Just like I'm defining quality, contemplating on quality, we should also contemplate on money. What is earning? How it is done? Is earning enough if you extract money out of money? I spend some money and I get profit of that because of business. Do you call it earning? Is it really earning, or just a grabbing of money? Grabbing and earning are different. If I have a lot of money, I grab more money because of this money, or I give something to this world and I earn money. God has given us everything free. We should not forget this. God, who is owner of all universes, who is owner of skies, owner of earth, owner of solar system, that God delivered everything to universe free of cost. And still everything is being delivered free of cost. All services are being delivered to humanity, or this universe, this world, the solar system where we are living on earth is free of cost. No bills are sent for sun rays, air use, rain use, sky use, body use. Everything is free. Even food is free. We are only doing a process to grow food, to grow wheat grains, to grow vegetables. Otherwise, soil is free, water is free, sun is free. Our body is free. Our body that's involved in farming, engineering, that's free. So why don't we learn from that power, who is our power? Why we keep ourselves exclusive, that I should be honor of this? Yes, I can be honor. I can be an honor. You can be an honor for some products, for house, for bungalow, for material, all this. But we should not forget, this ownership is passive. This ownership is not fundamental, because a traveler, a passenger cannot be called an owner during journey. No one has capacity to buy someone else. Yes, you can buy services, you can buy, hard work, but you cannot buy some person, because person itself is not owner of mine. I am not owner of my body. Yes, I am owner to use this body that has been assigned to me. This is God's property. Earth on which I am living is God's property. The solar system is God's property. Can we not relate quality to that domain, because we are part of this universe. Everybody is a part of universe. This means each of ourselves belongs to universe, nature. Now, do you want to work for nature or you want to work for yourself? My question is that if you think that you are responsible to hold this nature good, to keep this nature good, I think you have some positive mind, you have some creative mind or creative thinking. Creative thinking is also very important in life. Thinking can be creative, means positive, objective based, and constructive, and it can only lead to development. And there is negative thinking. Of course it is. But I want to break something, that's my objective. Of course that's also an objective, I can't say that. And breaking for purpose of experiment is fine, but breaking for purpose of destruction is unfine. Now one has to decide its destiny itself. It is certain that we have some destiny, and that destiny, final destiny, is for good. One has to go for good. Good means what? Do you think so? What does good mean? G-O-O-D, good. We say, oh, good, very good, outstanding, or good, better, best. Yeah, these are language issues. I'm not talking of good as verb. No. When I say good for good, this is not verb. This is permanence. Good means unlimited. Good means only going and not coming back. Generally, when you do not know future, you join some, you come back home from some other country or go to some other country and never to come back. That state is called for good. When we leave this earth, I leave this earth or somebody else, we do not know what shall happen after my soul when I leave body. This means I had been residing in this body for so many years, and my tenancy right is over. I have to leave this body and go. But I do not know where shall I go to, and I also do not know from there where shall I go. So I am going to that unknown place for good. So we should understand meaning of good. This is different meaning of good. This is destiny. And we are defined, we are specified in some system of follow-up. That system, if we follow up or we make more better, that's what destiny is. If I claim I am permanent owner of some property, some wealth on this planet of 13,000 kilometer diameter, I falsify myself. I define myself in foolishness, because even my body doesn't belong to me. How can I say this wealth belongs to me? Yes, I say you must have wealth, but you must have hard earned wealth, not robbed wealth, not stupefied wealth, not wealth which cannot be declared that is my earning. Or you can say you suppress others and make money. That's also not acceptable. If I suppress thousands of people, snatch their rights, kill them, and say this is my money, I loot them, that is robbed money, that is not real money, that is not worship money. Worship money is actually different. I do some worship does not mean worship in temple or mosque. Worship on work. Worship and workship are related. K is missing. Workship it is, not worship. Worship is fancy. That is imagination. That means we do not know anything and we are just worshipping. So there is a different meaning of worship and worship. Worship is really worship. If you work for this world, means for God, it is called worship or worship. Going to temple, mosque or some other place of praying does not mean worship, because that is only a process. Your temple lies in yourself, and that must be a part of your quality of your thinking. And self-engineering. We say engineering does not mean world development. This means your own development. You engineer your thoughts, you engineer your thinking, you engineer your objective, you engineer your mind, you engineer yourself. You train every part of your body. If you can do that, you learn it, you earn it. Earning and learning, both are earnings. If you learn something good to help others, to help this world, to help God, I think that is best way of defining quality, because your quality is positive. You engineer for yourself and you engineer for your whole gross parent, that is God. And this all stages where you do something for this world, that is called applications. Now if somebody says, even if I say I have got this wealth, whatever it is, small or big, it does not mean that I should give credit to myself, because I only processed that. It's not my belonging. Today I live this world, this has got no relation to me, this is related to others. So we should not be having any pride in wealth. We should think of, don't consider that I am doing spiritual talk. No, it's not a spiritual talk, it is practical talk. You have to define your quality first. That's important. This means you are engineering by working on applications. 97% people are dishonest. This is also true. They may call themselves big, but the real fact is they are dishonest. All those who are very rich, they are also dishonest. And dishonesty I don't like. You may do anything, you may suffer, you may face problems, but you can't lose dishonesty. That is important. You have to give up dishonesty. Dishonesty is your enemy. Maybe you are happy now that by your dishonesty or by your bad acts you got something. Yes, you are happy. Don't forget, everything is being recorded. This fact is not condemnable. Everything is recorded. Nobody can say no. Every act is recorded. We have to keep in mind, every act is recorded, and that act is your act. That thinking, that contemplation, even whatever you think is recorded. In excitement, in enthusiasm, analysis should not be forgotten. Analysis, which is your master route. Analysis, which is your professor. Analysis, which is your director. Do you believe in analysis? You have to raise a question to yourself. What is analysis? Why should I conduct it? If you don't conduct analysis, you can't do anything. That is also true. Analysis, meaning I understand. You know meaning of analysis, but you don't know effect of that. Did you ever analysis yourself? When whole day's work you are over, go to bed. Did you think of what you did whole day? Was it right or was it wrong? Or was it due or not due? Or where did you make mistake? You never do it, because you are overwhelmed by achievements, you are overwhelmed by your earnings. It happens to your body. Suppose there are so many organs in body. If one organ pains, your whole body is disturbed. Don't you feel that? Oh, my headache, oh, my stress, oh, my ankle is paining, oh, my elbow is paining, oh, I have some problem with gastric. This happens. Why do you feel that? Because you are tortured by that part. And God teaches you through that part. Start thinking. You are unable to analyze that. You go to doctor and doctor prescribes something after having diagnosed that. This means what? This means you are not even capable to think about your own system of body. Oh, I got pain, I can't tolerate it. Think of. You are also a part of that system. When I say you are a part of nature, what does it mean? This means you are an integrated part of that master who's sitting there. And that master sent you here as part of a system, and that if you do not comply with that system or that honor expects, you don't think that there's a pain to that master. You can't think that. You can't analyze that you're causing pain to that honor, and how does that honor feel? I think it's difficult for you to understand this. Cost is one part of life but not whole part. Risks always come and we have to understand and solve them. And reliability is totality, which is very much important to understand. Whatever you do in your life, professionally or non-professionally, first criteria is, it should be done safe. It should be done safety with safety. And safety means first your safety, and then safety of others, safety of procedures, safety of requirements, and safety of product that you are going to deliver. Whatever product it is, then whatever you deliver should have some objective, should have some defined or undefined service ability. What service you expect from that product? If you don't get that service, this means your product has gone abandoned, which doesn't work. And durability, most important, because it is investment of natural product. I would not call invest on funds or money, because funds are related, but products are not related. Wealth that's available in earth gives rise to cost, but use of this product and longevity of these products, and based on these products, total longevity of whatever you construct after having used all these products, that's longevity. That long duration or length of time is called durability, and to what extent you use these products, that defines durability of that. These are three basic points, that safety, serviceability, and durability. If you combine them, you get some result, because your product is safe, you are safe, your service is useful, and you are strong in length, and also other factors are there. These three are very important. Other factors are there which you include with this, because they are interrelated factors. So I can say that reliability coefficient comes up. That reliability coefficient, that value of reliability, you can define this way. This is only a way to define how much reliable you are. You have to calculate yourself. There's no meaning in calculating about everybody, because you know what you are. I'm not against who makes money or who earns money. Yes, you earn money, you have every right to earn it, and that right depends on your right to work, your capacity to work. And work means work with quality. If you are unable to deliver quality product or quality in your work, you work against God, I can simply say. You may mind it, but that's a fact. If you don't trust in quality, if you don't work with quality, if you are not sincere, if you are not regular, if you are not punctual, if you are not law-abiding, if you are not true friend of God, then you are useless. Cheating in one part, you can cheat, but don't think you can cheat others. Yes, you can accept undue money, you can do something which you should not do, You can do any corruption in your life. Everything is corruption, which is undue. Making money corruptly, doing something illegally, whatever is not accepted, or going against nature. Whatever you do, I call it corruption. It doesn't mean money only. Whatever you do by ill means, by fraud, by cheating, by defiance, whatever you do, that is called act against God. I'm not saying that you are being punished, but it is you who is responsible for yourself. Your soul is your master. Your soul is not happy, it will kick you, it will kill you mentally. So quality, I call it quality. Soul is your quality. Soul contains your quality. Your body doesn't contain quality. So you have to talk to your soul. Can you talk to your soul? That is your quality. I can talk to my soul. I can talk to my quality, because my soul is quality. My soul is my cost. My soul is my risk. My soul is my reliability. My soul is my teacher. My soul is my professor. I can raise question to my soul, and my soul answers, because my soul is a medium. It's a very small medium. It's a station where junction exists, and that junction is that master, my God, universal master. I have to relate to it that way. Maybe you may think what I'm talking today. No, it's not today or tomorrow. This is fact. If my soul does not accept something, this means I should not accept that. I can make money even for myself. I was sometimes in state governments or government of India job. I did that in the very beginning of my career for 6 years. But I never liked what people used to do. Never ever. It was not because I could not do it. I could do that. But my soul did not allow me to do that. Because my father taught me differently. My father was a different character. He never believed in dishonesty. He never believed in robbery. He never believed in fake statement. He always said, work sincerely, work hard, and that's enough. Don't worry if you don't have much money. I still remember my time. Maybe you don't imagine that even now. My father used to give me 20 paisa. 20 paisa means 0.2 rupee a day. 20 paisa to go to college and come back by bus. 20 paisa means 0.1/5 of rupee. Today, what rupee you say? 1/5 of that. I could go walking, I could go by bus, but I used to come back walking just to save half of that. I learned from them. My father was not very highly qualified, but he was a sensible person. He put in my blood a instinct that be honest, be sincere, don't waste time, think of, come with respect, earn your own respect first. If you can't respect yourself, you cannot respect others. So self-respect, people don't understand meaning of self-respect, unfortunately. Self-respect actually is respect of your own soul. Your own soul. Really wonderful it is if you can respect yourself. Can you? How many people respect yourself? You see, having status is different consideration. I'm not talking of status. Status exists, but what do you mean by status? Is it quality status or is it just related status? Quality status means real status, and related status means status indicated by possession of wealth. Oh, I possess wealth, so I have status. What do you mean by that? What does status means? Wealth, you think so? I give you an example. For example, suppose someone is an engineer or doctor, and somebody asks, you're a doctor or you're an engineer, you don't have car, question comes in, yes, what sort of doctor you are, what sort of engineer you are if you don't own a car? Okay, fine. This means my status is, if I have a car, I can be called engineer or doctor, right? And if I don't have car, means I am not engineer, I am not doctor. Strange. I am educated, is it because of car, or car is there because of my education? What's right? Car is there because of my education, or I am educated because of car? You think yourself and answer yourself. I have status if I have this house, or I am born for this house, or this house is for me. You have to decide yourself. Status does not mean possession of wealth. No. This is all misconcept, and whole world has become mad that they are looking for status. Status does this, yes, wealth is one part of status, indeed, but that is at end, not in beginning. If you can't do anything on your own, if you can't understand anything, if you can't lead yourself, but you know how to make money by corruption, how to make money by robbery, how to make money by cheating yourself, cheating your society, cheating your nation, cheating God. If you can make money like this, congratulations to you only, not to me. Don't forget, money is not for you alone. It's for whole people on earth. You are not owner of this money. Even if somebody says, I am a trillionaire. No, you are not. You are a liar. You are a cheat. You are a fraud. Because you did earn that money which is not yours. A person, there was a time when I used to see people excavation themselves using spade or axe in earth. No machines were there. Or people were there who used to do plowing, farming. People were there who used to do hard work. They were real earners, but they were dependent on others, and therefore those people who used to hire them, they cheated all these workers. Those contractors, those government people, they befooled them, and still it's done. And it is really annoying to me, and annoying to everybody. I have to define status. Status means, first of all, what is your personal status? That's part of quality. If you define quality of a person, I should say what sort of person you are. Because quality starts with personality, not with material. If you are a person, good person, you shall certainly believe in good material properties. So what is quality in person? As a person, you have to investigate your quality. And there could be many parts. What is your own personality? What is your thinking status? What is your honest status? Or what is your status that how to optimize material? Can you think? To what level can you think? What is your interest in education? Education doesn't mean academics only. Education means learning about this nature. Do you follow nature? Do you study nature? You never study nature because you are never taught to do that. Education does not mean school or college. This means, yes, that is way to be educated. That is a procedure, a form system, established system. That is secondary. First is, did you ever notice how universe works? Did you ever think of where do we live on earth? What is this earth and what is system? How does it work? If you start thinking that, you shall become a person to be honest. If you learn from that, can you think of how many years back this earth was created, or skies were created, or solar system was created? We only assume, we only estimate, we never say that it works like that. It never works like that. It never works like that. I can say never ever it works like that. I am very serious about this matter. You first decide your status of person, being a person, an individual. If you find that you are honest, your honesty does not mean you have to express it. You don't expect somebody will see you're honest, because 97% people are dishonest. They expect to enjoy life only. They don't want to sacrifice, and state of sacrifice is very important. Sacrifice doesn't mean sacrifice yourself. It doesn't mean that. Sacrifice your happiness. When you go to temple or mosque or somewhere else, what do you expect? What do you pray? You pray, God, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me all time with that. Did you ask God, give me hard work, give me struggling status, give me a hot sun so that I burn myself? Do you ever ask? I am sure none of you asks this. Not even 1%. They ask me, I want a good house. My children should be happy. I should have wife. My children should have this benefit, that benefit. I don't know. You think that God is your servant? Did you employ God? You do it for me? You think you are employer of God. It is nonsense. It is nonsense. You are not employer of God. You are servant. You are a product of God. And God shall use you according to God's requirement. So why don't you ask for struggle? Did you ever ask? Did you ever ask God, give me luck that I can understand you? I can understand everything? No. Even if you ask for education, say, God, I want to pass this examination, and that's it. Here quality is deficient. I say such conception itself is deficient, it's negative. You want everything to enjoy life, but you don't know what's life. That's the important point. If you don't know what's life, what's the purpose of life? If I want the whole life, I should be happy, my family should be happy, we should have a smooth run of money, and we should not find any problem in life, I don't think it's quality system. Here you are happy with daytime, you are making money, you are enjoying life, you are happy with night time, you are enjoying your family. Which time is there when you have to think for world? No time. Nowadays, one more point is, everybody is very busy. Everybody. There may be contribution to world, or there may be no contribution to world. Everybody is busy. Because we have lost our purpose. We have lost objective of life. Don't forget, this earth is very small. If you can understand little mathematics or little science, you can know that we are living on very, very small planet, it's earth. This is so small that it's actually non-existent. And we are living on non-existing entity. Is this in God's book? It's nowhere. It's very, very small. There may be many, many more planets much more bigger than this. I just thought of, let us assume Earth is 12,500 kilometers diameter or 13,000 kilometer maximum. You think it's very big? No, it's not very big, it's very small. If you compare to size of skies, it's compared to size of this universe and all universes. This is too small size ball. And we are so proud of that. Why? I'm not denying you anything you want. But are you capable to control this universe? You are not. I give an example. Suppose I want to live in a room that could be located 1 kilometer below surface. Can you live in that? Can you even make that? If I ask you, I want a room of 10 feet by 10 feet or 3 meters by 3 meters, below 1 kilometer of surface of earth, can I make it? You think of. Can you make it? Yes, I can make on ground anything. I can make any on ground anything. That people have made lakhs of houses. We can't make 1 kilometer below because that is beyond our capacity. So what is in our capacity? And that point must be considered, right? And what to consider about that? What is beyond our capacity? Now, I give an example. Our Earth is only 12,500 kilometers. 12,500 kilometers in diameter. If I stay near sun, first of all, I must have that speed to stay near sun. I don't have that speed. There's no vehicle till now that can move with that speed. You know size of sun. Have you ever checked? Have you ever searched on Google what size of sun? Diameter of sun is 13 lakh kilometers. 13 lakh kilometers, and that means if you have, see, 13,000 kilometers, I said, Earth, and that is 13 lakh. 13,000 and lakh means if you have, say, 111 Earths, 111 Earths you have. You imagine that? 111 Earths. If you have these Earths together placed in one row, these 111 Earths, if placed in one row, one end to other end, that is equal to sun diameter. That is only diameter. This way and other way, both way, on all three directions you can put it, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and then you find size of sphere. That is what sun is about. This means Earth is actually non-existent scale wise. You just see how many Earths would merge in that sun. Innumerable. I am saying innumerable because its diameter of sun, that is 111 Earth. If you work out volume of that sun, you will surprise that Earth does not exist, is negligible. I am just trying to tell you what exists and what is quality. Suppose you are at sun, by chance, imagine you are at sun, and from sun you want to see what size Earth looks like. If you stand at sun and look towards Earth, you know size, how much you can see? You can't imagine. You can't imagine. You will see 1.5 to 2 mm. 1.5 to 2 mm size diameter of Earth. 1.5 to 2 mm. You know, 1 centimeter has 10 mm. 1 centimeter has 10 mm, and we say 1.52, so 1/10 size, or one you can say 1/5 size of centimeter. You will see Earth, how small it is. It is only small Earth God has given us, and 8 billion people are fighting for that. Why? This means we don't have any quality conscious in our mind. People all over the world are hungry for this small Earth. Where is quality of thinking? Just imagine. Earth is only, you can compare to an apple. You consider an apple, take an apple and think this lithosphere. And when I say lithosphere, this means solid part of earth plus water part of earth. And when I say earth, this means lithosphere plus air part of earth. Lithosphere plus air part of earth is equal to called total earth. And from here space starts. So we fight, we economize ourselves, and we call ourselves trillionaire, top 10, and this and that. Do we really? Where are you? Did you ever think of what quantity of water earth has? Did you ever think of what quantity of petrol it has? Did you ever think of what quality of gold it has, or uranium it has, or other wealth it has? No, never. We must understand this. Whatever wealth is available in this small earth, that is permanent. Permanent because that wealth can be used to transform from one energy to another energy, but can't be destroyed. There can be no addition onto this wealth and no reduction from this wealth. We may change our currency values, and we say, okay, value of this house is increased 10 times in so many years, but fact remains, it doesn't increase. It does not increase because material is still same. You are not augmented material. You are not any. You have done nothing to that material. Material stays as it is. So where is the point? This is the point, that I cannot change material, just like I cannot change my body. Can I change my body? No, I can't change this body. Whatever body is developed from birth to death, that body remains. I can make it better by doing exercises. I can take good food. I can use nature to heat it, and I can make it better. Only that I can do, but I can't change quantum of this body. I can't change anything. Same thing, I can't change materialism of earth. Earth is material, of course. This material is soil, or rock, or water, or whatever you can say is there. Inside, I cannot change it. Of course, I should not go into that depth, but just for your information. As I said, consider apple, skin of apple, and the internal part of apple. We just, remove skin of apple and eat it, consume it. We don't worry about something else. We take out seeds also from inside. So skin of an apple is called crust of earth. That's about 35 kilometer average from surface of earth. Only 35 kilometers out of 6,500 kilometers radius. So it's very small, and that to 35 kilometers which we do not know about. We are not sure what exists there in all 35 kilometers, and forget about going further to center of earth. Still now we do not know anything about that. This means we are not sure about earth contents. So how can we think of quality then? This means whatever quality we call it, we define, we know, understand, is very, very small. Very, very small. Volume wise, we do not know volume of earth. What is there? Yes, we can calculate volume by contents only, by measurement only, by mathematical determination only, but not by content of that. So valuation of earth cannot be done. And whatever value exists, that is wealth of earth. It can never increase, it can never decrease. Even after being impacted upon some forces, wealth still remains there. And earth hasn't crashed ever since it was built. It has not failed. It has been working. So quality has some relation to humanity, I can say. What quality you have to fix your own criteria and determine yours. Therefore, you can say you are not packable. Your quality is not packable. Your life is not packable, it is impeccable. This point is very important. God expects you to do work for God, but you only demand God always. I expect this and I expect this and give me this. It's easy to demand, but it's very difficult to return. You never return what you return emotionally, not rationally. I want to say, if you are rational, if you are professional, if you can do something in interest of this world without expectation, without any consideration, that is what his quality is. Standards in life are different. Construction that you can do using your life is objective. Construction doesn't mean construction physically. Construction means doing something good for this earth, doing something for nature. If somebody believes in nature, but only in thoughts, but only interested in making money, so that is not quality. You don't understand, even after coming, if you are bringing money into question, you are not doing anything. You have to do something for this universe, because you are a worker here. You are a worker, I am a worker, everybody is a worker, and worker cannot be owner of site. This earth is site for everyone. Whatever I am, whatever you are, earth is a site that I am sent, and I am still working here. And until I am demobilized, I call expiration or death demobilization. We consider mobilization and demobilization in our engineering projects. Mobilize this and demobilize that. We start mobilization when project starts, and we start demobilization when project is completed. So duration of project starts with mobilization, and it closes at demobilization starts. That's where I can say understanding is required. Well, I think I'm taking time just in talking like this, but it has taken already 52 minutes, no problem. It's very important talk. I'm just trying to, I don't know why, I'm just thinking, giving you this, because I want to explain to you quality, what quality is. Don't be happy if you got a lot of money or wealth, but you have no internal faith in God. Possession, obsession are different. One should have contentment, which is very important. If you are not contented, if you are not soul-wise satisfied, you can never satisfy yourself by whatever money you have, by whatever wealth you have. And also, don't stick to your wealth, because actually it's not your wealth. Yes, you are a trustee of that wealth. Indeed, this wealth is yours in trust status, not in fundamental status. Always I say, you have a baby, or you have your life. Your life has a span, your baby has a span. You make something, it won't go with you, but you have to go. Then baby who has come, that enjoys this wealth, and then his own baby will enjoy this. So many generations enjoy this wealth or this property. This means life of property is much more than life of your people, your family. Then the question arises, if it is that case, that my house is, my structure is to live for life, if you sum up life of your 4 or 5 generations, your property would still live there. How do you count it? Is it not very specific consideration? What do we count? Well, I think this is a very important point. If I have to live, say, after 50, 60, 70 years of my span of life, my baby takes over, then baby has to live, and then its own baby comes. So there's a change and transition from 3 to 4 generations, but your structure is still there, still there. So which is more important, your structure or your baby? Both are important because the structure is also yours. But does it quality? Does content quality? It does not. If it does not, then you are a sinner. You are not worried about quality of your super baby that contains yourself and your lives of many generations. You are considered a small item that you are going to buy in market. What's quality? It's not quality. You never ask for quality of your house or building, which is a big question mark. I've seen here, being an engineer, I can say poor quality does exist in our country as far as construction is concerned. Very, very poor quality. But people are making money, unfortunately. They made money out of that. Still, they are making money and they are hungry for money, hungry for something that never goes with you. Yes, use in life is one part, but madly being behind that is nonsense. Your own soul shall not satisfy. You shall not be happy throughout your life if you are not having positive money with you and you are produced quality system with you. People say, I'm enjoying life by not working, I'm getting salary. It's really very bad to think like that. Don't forget that opportunity comes once or twice in life. You have an opportunity does not mean opportunity to make money, but opportunity to do something good for that master. That master. If I can do something for that day really I feel very, enlightened, brightened that day. Therefore, I would say to everybody, you check your own quality system, you check your family quality system, and no place for lies, no place for harassment, no place for deception, and there is only one place, and that is accommodation and hard work. Hard work or smart work, these are works. For that, how to do it? Remember that all this can be done very easily if you have established yourself. What do you want to do in your life? You have to decide. Nobody else can decide for you. You have to decide yourself, and you would decide, certainly. Your mind concentrates onto your family. It depends upon that. Your mind concentrates not on your family, but on others. That's also a case. And also, your contribution. If you think on yourself, what's your contribution to this earth? That decides that. There are crowds of people now in this country, our country, Bharat, India, crowds and crowds of people who are very well educated, but they are educated only for jobs. Every education relates to job, and if you don't have that realize, you feel very upset. I am so much qualified, not having job. Okay, that's fine. If you don't have a job, state becomes very tense. Yes, that's true. States become very tense, and you become very tense because you believe in comparative status rather than your own status. I consider status of an honest person without having any belongings better than person who is a millionaire or a billionaire, but have all fake-based falsehoods or mischievous life. Very true. I still remember those teachings by my father when he put me in separately. Be honest in life, be sincere in life, be hardworking in life. Still, those teachings I still consolidate myself. Even if I want dishonesty, I regret it, really. It happens with me if I lie someday. It doesn't allow me to sleep well. Why did I do that? I should not have said, but I've said. It goes behind me like police. It's very point. For for everybody these days, lying is very common. Very common. And mobile is a lying factory. Mobile is lying production factory. If you want to buy lies, use mobile and lie. Very simple answer. In mobile lying, don't don't take it for granted that you lied and it is finished. Don't take it for granted because it never finishes. Whatever you speak out, sometimes you speak out unknowingly, ignorantly, means you do not care for and spoke something. That's different. That's not bad intention. But you fabricate something and lie. That's bad intention. Yes, you may lie once or twice to someone, but once that party realize other one realize that this guy is used of lying, that guy would think of that way, maybe a guy stops giving you business. Well, I think I gave you some explanation about quality. There can be no chapter, no book that I have written in this connection. I wanted, of course, but I did not do that. You consider this talk as book only. If you want to remain godly or as a servant to God, you have to change yourself. You see, sometimes earned money, rupee 1, honestly speaking, if you have money that is based on positive sense, that's not based on cheating or robbery, that money is better than if you have trillion. If you have trillion rupees based on dishonesty, if you have 1 rupee is more important than that trillion. But you are not going to realize this because you believe in physical world, not in real world. Don't forget, control always lies in hands of spiritual world or God world, not on material. Material cannot do anything on its own. That's also part of life, you see. Materials cannot do anything on their own. Materials cannot do automatically anything. Until you think on that, how to use that material. Material cannot think on its own. Yes, it can affect if it comes contact with other material, but it can't be independent to think on its own. That's a very important point here to understand. How can we say, how can we speak about this? Thinking and material status. When I talk of material available in nature, that is inert in a way, on its own. Inert, I mean to say not reactable. This material which I am talking of is for everyone. Therefore, everyone is free to talk about that. Material is given by nature in full composition, and we study that material all time. In engineering, in other world, we study all chemistry of materials, structures of materials, or all types of metals that are available, including all plastics and oil. Some material is good, some material is good in some other form, and it depends upon what material it is. But we equate material possession into wealthy terms. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong because you are just giving undue value to these materials for purpose of sales transaction. not for real transaction. For example, water. Can we make water? We cannot make water ourselves, but water is available in universe. So there is no way you can say you can make water, it's already available. And we know its composition because we studied that. This is our study, it's our quality that we do. Quality exists in study, quality exists in work, quality exists everywhere if we recognize that. But if you say no, quality is not dominating factor, material quantity is dominating factor, and I can't say that, you can move forward. If suppose God does not give you quality power, what shall you do? If suppose God does not give you this mind, what shall you do? If suppose God defects some of your organs, what shall you do? You shall become handicapped, right? That's what I say. Don't try to be over smart. Being over smart doesn't work. Be contented what you have with. Don't expect surplus. Don't expect redundant for you because you can't digest that. Yes, mental balance is very important. If you have mind, sound mind, you should be thankful to God. I have sound mind, and that when we call sound, means sound doesn't mean voice. No, sound doesn't mean music. Sound means healthy mind. You have healthy mind, you have non-destructive mind, you have experimental mind, you have scientific mind. This means all positive qualities you have. And if you have negative quality, same can be converted to other world. Oh, there's a scientist, see, that scientist is interested in construction atom bomb. Oh my God. I have good mind, but I want to use this mind for corruption, for killing someone, how to kill this person, or how to rob this bank, like that, how to cheat public. It's all this negative and positive we say, though both are important, negative and positive. Both are quality points. You cannot say that we can ignore negative, because ignoring negative means ignoring positive. There are so many formulas. If you add two negatives, you will get sum of negatives in negative sign. If you multiply negative and positive, you will get negative answer. But if you multiply two negatives together, you will get positive answer. That's what mathematics says. So mathematics comes out of positive signs and negative signs. We say, for example, we have electron, proton, neutron, right? And we can say movement of electrons, that creates electronics. When we say I lose one electron and other one say I get one electron, person who is getting electron is ionized. You can say this is a process of ionization. Chemistry it is ionization. So we say, okay, ionization is good, it's a negative treatment. You're getting a negative, fine, okay, but it is getting electrons, don't forget. Electrons, which is related to electricity as well as electronics. If there is no electron, there can be no electricity. If there is no flow of electrons in air through wire, there can be no electric supply. So electric supply is of course based on movement of electrons, and chemistry is also based on movement of electrons because of ionization. Whatever happens in the sky during lightning, during thunderstorm, all that is electronic transfer, all that is electrons, and that's, you can say, ionization happens in the sky and you find lightning or something like that. So all whatever is done by nature itself. Our body's chemistry, our body's plant, how does it function? Even today doctors don't know. Science doesn't know how our bodies function. Who controls it? Nobody knows, but somebody controls it. Because we don't realize that fact, the quality system also contains soul system. That day if you understand what is soul, we can solve these problems, but we won't understand that because till now it's not proven. Well, but quality is proven. A person having quality must have sound mind, must be honest, must be concentrating, is concentrating, not jumping like monkey. So if you want to measure your status, you have to consider many points. What is you? What are you? I'm sorry. What's your level of understanding, education level, your honesty level, and your social values level, your contribution level. How can you move? How to what degree you are honest? To what degree you are capable? Are you using your knowledge or not? Or you are just copying from others and speaking its mind? That's also robbery. So what I say is that everything is not dependent on dishonesty. Something is dependent, of course. You can get some benefit immediately, but you won't get that benefit forever. So don't try to count quality when you are dishonest. If you are dishonest, you are not quality person. If you are honest, you are quality person. If you have too much wealth that comes out of corruption, then it's not your wealth, forget it. Yes, you may be possessing that, but it's wealth of those who own this, and that is nature and people of world. It's impossible to get too much wealth by hard work. It's not possible. If you don't have your grant property, your inherited property, and somebody if does by honesty, I think that person's like soul, great soul. Somebody creates all this because of honesty, because of hard work, because of devotion. That is really something very, I can say that that person knows what is quality. What is quality means you satisfy yourself that time, and people watch you, look at you with respect. And if you do all bad acts and you have too much money with you, people know that you are a criminal or you have crime levels in your mind. They know it. They don't say to you, but the expressions of their body indicate that they think about you that way. So my dear, you have to define yourself what you want to live with. You want to live with quality life or you want to live quality less life. And that's where I say you define yourself. Even though you have you have spent years in your what age, you can still change your lifestyle. I just say facilities do not mean you are educated. If you have all facilities, this does not mean you are educated. Not at all. Yes, if you have different kind of approach, you want to be part of nature, you want to move with God. God never does bad for you, that's also true. God always does good for you. You have to define yourself in certain description, even if you keep in mind, I have to live like this. That's your method of existence, method of survival. If method of survival is known to you, you can do very best locked. Well, I will not go much extent to that because explanation at length also makes people boring. So I can say that I shouldn't stop at this point. It's better, and we move further on to other points. And let us see which are other points. Yesterday was at certain plants, and we discussed about various method statements in that. We'll go. I think we should go. The various method statements were discussed in these talks. I think we talked of concrete yesterday, and we talked of concrete and talking about that, and it's not complete, it's a big one. We have to discuss that. It is concrete, how it's taken care of, how it works, and that is about, I think it's concrete somewhere here. Chapter 4, let me go this way. we are somewhere here. Somewhere here. Let me. Let me go there to put my. Let me go there. Just be back. 5 minutes. So in our talks, we talked of concrete pouring for various elements yesterday. We talked from takeover site, mobilization, excavation, investigation, and foundation preparation, improvements, of course, with structures of foundations like blinding and others. We talked of isolated footings. We talked of all these issues which are pertinent to substructures or foundations. This very brief statement that's given here, but other statements are very different. For example, seawater basin concrete is given. Means it's very, can say here also blinding concrete, protective membrane based slab construction, upright walls construction, pump house roof slab construction, like that. You can go through all this, no problem at all. That's very simple and very creative. But overall, what we say, after all, structure, what are structural activities that it come in contact with, appraised with. I say understanding of structure and doing structure are different domains, but they should be one. Some people think that physically doing something is a structure. Just like, again I say, to understand that, you can simply see how to make your house. Some people think what they do is engineering. Again I say no. Just raising walls and slabs on them and then plastering and flooring doesn't mean you have done a building. It doesn't mean that. Yes, you have done some work, that's all. But don't forget, again I say, building is your parent for many generations. Just like flyover is parent for many decades for people, also roads, airports, hospitals. Means if you think of such structures, if you think of such world, you see, you can earn money. I'm not going to debate on that. But don't forget, you have to leave this world one day. And this is not talk of a group. This is logical talk. I'm talking as an engineer and a scientist. That we have to leave this world one day. We have to leave our doings. Don't forget that. We have to live in this world what we did. Otherwise we cannot take anything. People shall remember you by your acts, which may be good, which may be bad, which may be pleasing, which may be unpleasing. You shall be identified by those and not by your face. This would happen. You think I made house, I constructed house and I'm happy. Yes, you are happy because you use that material. What that material is used properly or improperly, you are not sure of. Unfortunately, everybody in our country, every mason, every carpenter, every experienced person in buildings is an engineer. Everybody, whether or not you know or he knows ABCD of engineering, he says I know Z. If he knows nothing about engineering, he is an expert. He is an expert because he can produce something, right? He is an expert. One is an expert because he knows everything, because he knows nothing. Unfortunate it is. It's really unfortunate, and this is not only in this country like this. In many other countries, in many parts of the world, except few advanced countries, this situation is a mason who has done mistakes in many buildings and who has done wrong buildings throughout life, and that is experienced of constructing wrong buildings. Same thing applies to a promoter who has done all wrong works in life, a builder who has done all works wrong in life, but made money out of that. At cost of whom? At cost of those who will occupy them. And that person feels happy. I know this, I've done this, I've made 50 buildings. Yes, you have made 50 buildings in life, but you have not done buildings. These are only material collections. You do not know ABCD of material. You do not know ABCD of engineering. You don't know ABCD of formula. You don't know ABCD of application. You don't know how to understand how to put this. You can't talk to building. Building doesn't talk to you. You say, how can building talk? Yes, building can talk. Yes, in mechanical engineering and other engineering, we say in safety that toolbox talk. Somebody asked me, why, how toolbox can talk? It contains tool. It's not tool that will talk. Tools will result in accident. Do you understand? Tools that you use in activities, and if there is abuse of those methods, there is going against procedure how to use those tools safely, certainly you will find result in accident. This means you have to talk to tools. Tools would tell you way to use. Of course, you talk to building. Building will tell you how to use it. This point is very clear. If you cannot talk to building before its construction even, forget after construction, because after construction you can't talk to this, and you can't talk, even if you talk, you can't do anything. You can talk to a building in imagination, and that's what we do in engineering. People may think, what, the 4 lines he is drawing, what he is doing? Nothing. I can construct without these 4 lines. This happens because people call it 4 lines. All drawings, all designs, all this, they don't understand meaning of that. It is same thing, you don't understand what are your bones inside your body, what's the bones inside your brain, how your tongue is working, how your stomach is working, how your organs are working. You don't understand. Only those specialist doctors, they understand. Same thing applies for buildings. Before construction, we have to understand how shall we construct, and before that decision of making construction, we understand how to design that building. Again, same thing comes. We have to understand how shall this soil perform on which we are going to site this structure. That soil, when we call it soil, it is talking of soil. Yes, it is soil. It is soil. It is, you can say, not only heart, it's whole body of building, whole body of your house, whole body of whatever structure you are going to do. If that soil does not exist, you cannot site your building. Do you understand that? It's not solar system that without foundation we can construct it. I don't know, God constructed it without foundations. Have you seen any foundation? Did you see any foundation for Earth or for Jupiter or for Mars or for Sun? There is no base, there is no foundation, but they are still working. Do you think so? Do you understand that? Solar system, 9 planets or how many numbers, these have been working without stop, without resting on soil. But we can't construct a building, we can't make a building in air. Can we? But all these are working. You may call it space, yes, you may call that space, doesn't matter. There is no difference between space and air. Air is positive pressure and space is vacuum, no air. That's called space. There are 2 domains, one is non-pressure and one is pressure. Where air stays, it's called pressure area, and where air doesn't stay, it's called vacuum or space. So, vacuum is more important or air? You can decide yourself, common sense. Vacuum does not allow you to enter. Air allows you to enter. That's first point. So that does not allow you to enter, that's more stronger. So vacuum or negative air pressure is more important than positive pressure. This means negative is more important than positive. And world in which we are living, we call it mundane world. M-U-N-D-A-N-E. Mundane. Man is soul, or man is conscious, you can say. And then is that is given. Our conscious gives us this material. Our conscious is hungry for material. Our conscious is not hungry for soul. Our conscious only has eyes that can show these eyes, okay, this is material I believe in, and I don't know what is behind this material. I have this brick with me, I know this brick, I don't know more than this. I have a stone with me, I know what is a stone, but I don't know what is history of this stone. This is iron with me, I know what is iron. This sun I can see, I can use this sun, but I don't know what is sun. And I am living in earth. I am living in earth, but I don't know what is inside this earth. I have this sea, I know this sea, but I can use my submarine to go not more than 1 kilometer below, and I don't know what's there below. Is it not right? We can say like that. We say like that. This means we don't know what reality is. And we go on living in a fictitious world, in a fiction world. Fiction where story is written without any practical substance, without any existence. Imaginary world, just like you follow a mirage, M-I-R-A-G, M-I-R-A-G, mirage. You go to that point, mirage, and you find same mirage distant away. This means you go further, you will find same mirage move distant away. It's like horizon. You stand on your roof and see, oh, I can see there's a curve, there's a circle. And where you think the skies and earth join together, it seems. But when you reach that point, you will see same thing distant. You can never reach horizon, you can never reach mirage, because those are imaginary, those are fictitious. So you want to catch material, you want to grab material without knowing what material is, right? You do not know ABCD of that material, but you want to catch it, you want to use it, and then you can say, I am healthy and I am wealthy. Okay, that's right, you are wealthy indeed, you are healthy indeed, because you got happiness and your health rose, your blood contents rose. That's true. But don't you know how this material works? How brick comes, from where it comes, how stone comes, from where it comes, how air comes, from where it comes, how rain comes, from where it comes, how sea was built, how earth was built. You do not know anything about that. Even how your body is built, forget something else. You are in body and you're some very healthy, I'm a very great person, and I'm this and I'm that. But you don't know how your body is working. It works automatically. Can you give a gap to your body? Okay, my body is on recess and I'm not respirating now. Is there some moment you can see that? Or today I am on rest, I am on recess for 2 days. I won't even respire, I won't even take breath. Is it possible? It's not possible. You have to take breath even if you are sleeping. You have to take breath when you are eating. You have to take breath even when you are being operated. There is no instance in life you can't stay without taking breath. Can you imagine that point? All parts of your body keep on working without fail, between two durations, 2 points of birth and points of death. You may be whatever number of years, but your body keeps on working. You may be sleeping, but your body keeps on, your mind keeps on thinking and doing and taking you here and there, which you call dream. So you and I do not know facts behind that. But really, doctor gives you prescription based on pathology. Okay, I have diagnosed you, this is your disease, but that doctor cannot explain to you how your body is working. They say, okay, you're working because your body is working, this blood pressure, this is this, you see, this is that, this and that, or you are living. But how it is being, who is controlling it, doctor cannot write. Doctor, okay, now this is expired. Doctor can say that because the brain is not working, body is not working. More than that, doctor cannot tell because doctor has been limited. Hello, Sai Ram, VVIP aa gayi. So what I say, we have to understand this point. How is body working? Body working is unknown to everyone. If it is unknown to everyone, whom knows? Who knows it? Do you know it? So what I say, we have to be realistic. We should not live in a world of dreams. Dreams means fictitious dreams. You should dream something that can be realized. Do you know there are many people in the world? There are many people in the world who never were behind money, but they were behind knowledge. People had not been behind money, they had been behind knowledge, and those people are credited for development of this universe. If you are with nature, this means you understand nature, and you should work for nature, not for human being, because work for nature means work for human being. I have seen many people who point on me also, whatever done in life. You were educated, you were government people, you could make money. Okay, that's right. I make money. Am I born to make money? My question rises. Is objective of life to make money? Money can't be made, first of all. As human being, I can't make anything because everything is made. Do you understand? Everything is made. There is nothing that I can make. If I want to make something, that is subsidiary. Means for making something, you have to use available material. So you are just going to use available material to make some more material in different form. This means you are not going to make anything. You can't make anything. There is no permit from nature that you can make your own. Even your body, you can't make it. It's already made. Yes, it expands. It changes the dimensions from birth to end. You are grown up, and people say that parent grow up, but unfortunate it is. Parent only help. God has made a formula. God has devised a method statement to make you up. That method statement, which we say in engineering or in life, is important. Here is also method statement. I can say express detailed format for performance, and that's already available here. We should understand that point. If there is no method statement, you tell me, is there a different procedure for generation of human being or animals from one person to another person, from one religion to another religion? Does any difference arise? Does any difference exist? I am sure there is no difference. If there is difference, it's fiction. There's a fixed term in how many months animal delivers birth. and also for human being there's a fixed duration, fixed method. And see reality of life in that factory where human is produced, that chamber which we call womb does not have any electric supply, does not have any air conditioning, does not have any feedback of raw material, it does not have any input. Think this way, analyze this way, if you are really having some mind. Our body is having some small factory in that, particularly female's body, and that factory, that small plant within that factory is fed food also, is fed raw material, is fed all medical oxygen, all other requirements of nature. Every requirement goes without any pipeline, without any signals, without anything. But all inputs are delivered as and when required according to timeline of birth. You may say, what I'm talking of? Yes, I'm talking of rightly. That's what is procedure, that's what's method statement of birth. Of course, I'm giving this imagination that there are certain powers, certain forces in terms of Devis which work there. I usually name it Devi. People call females Devi in our country, and maybe in other countries as well. They don't announce correctly, but they understand that. In our country, female is generally called Devi, which means a kind of superpower, a kind of equivalent to God. Means not exactly equivalent, but to some extent we say female is Devi, and we worship that. Worship doesn't mean formal worship. Worship means dependence. Worship means you're dependent on that power, and that's true as well, because male and female both are responsible for this act, but female has more power there. And reason being, factory which I'm talking of, that chamber I'm talking of, is very dark. It's a dark room, it's a dark factory where there's no illumination, there's no crop, there's no fielding, there's no vegetable, and there's nothing to eat. But baby is constructed there automatically. Try to understand what I'm saying. If you go to reference documents in some dharma, which I usually call dharma, or you can say natural work, they define there are certain female powers or devis in and out, around and inside of that chamber. Names are like this, whole chamber, actually whole female is called Kalka. It's not, don't consider the religion. Kalka means something related to time. It's not what you think of. It means something in relevance to time. Is definition of time is called entitled Kalka. Let us say Kalka is that in which the chamber works, and there are certain names given to that. First of all, because a chamber is related to certain plant of milk or plant of food, you can say, because milk is called complete food, and that food is given or delivered by Gayatri or cow, you can say. So there are two plants of milk which work there full time, and they supply this food to this chamber of presentation, chamber of generation, or you may call chamber of whatever, by whatever name. There are then 10 devis according to that nomenclature, and that is called, one is I have taken the name Kalika, other one I have given this Gayatri. Now come on to real contents or composition of those you can say chamber of production. That is, you can, names I'm just referring to you, I'm not going to explain. And that is Durga, you can say Chinnamasta, you can say Baglamukhi, Matangi, Nagananandi, Bhuvaneshwari, Mahalakshmi, Saudashi, Kali and Tara. They have different functions according to these nomenclatures, and these functions are nothing but to meet requirements of that soul that just go in, body of that production, that soul, that person just come in. These fulfill requirements of that. Some are located inside and some are located outside. You can find this literature by searching, and actually you can search by term known as yoni worship or yoni puja. You'll get all these answers. This is not in this talk I have to do, but I'm just trying to tell you why this is important. So that's what God is creation. God is doing this, has done it for us, but we do not realize that fact, how much work God has done for human, but human believes only in wealth, in money, in health. God has given you something which you can't even do. And if suppose it deserves access, this doesn't exist, you think this universe, this humanity will exist? It won't. We have to understand this point very well. God does everything scientifically, logically, mathematically. Otherwise, God won't do anything. We have to understand this. God desires quality system. It's not my desire or your desire. You have to do it. If you want credit in your progress report, if you want credit in your doings, if you want to see that you have passed examination of journey on earth, you have to understand that. Don't forget, you have to go one day. Don't forget that. That go has to come. No one can stop it. When you came, your people were very happy. And when you go, your people will not be happy. But you shall be happy. But everybody should be happy. But this is lack of understanding. So quality says you have to analyze first. And that analysis should be correct. So you don't only analyze, you can only analyze everything. Don't depend on that. Okay, somebody would teach you. There's no one to teach you. You have to apply your skill, your power of soul onto your contemplation. As I said, thinking is very important in this I can say in this we say thinking, or what I said is designs and all this. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but I don't know that it's coming to my mind. And thinking is formula that we have to understand in clear terms. This formula can't be denied. We have to understand this formula in every walk of life. And if we can't understand this formula, we cannot do anything. So I'm talking of construction. Because I'm talking of construction, I have talked origin of that construction. And origin, God constructs every moment, everything. God constructs it in entire requirement. By somebody says this part is missing in birth, that's different. But on an average, in general, God gives you quality, complete quality, doesn't leave anything. We depend on sun, moon, skies, but God keeps this very small chamber inside and everything is available there. So we have to appreciate how far God has achieved quality on its own works, but we are not. If we achieve quality in our country, we can be best country in this world. But it is unfortunate that quality has been missing. Quality in every sector in our country, in work, in government, in private, wherever you go, you won't find quality. And if there is some quality, that is only in talks, only in papers. Even your quality system of ISO 9001 or your Sigma or whatever system you follow, even if you write some system, you don't follow that. Specifications are written, but these are not complied with. Same way, you may write books on quality, but those are only in shelves. Nobody reads them. And if somebody reads them, that is only for qualifying certain examination and not otherwise. And that's a point I really surprised with. I give you example of this worm. It's for your explanation to really understand how God has devised humanity and others to realize in life. Don't run away from quality. If you run away from quality means you run away from God. God believes in both. Nobody can be delivered without quality, without character, without patience, without efficiency. Efficiency or inefficiency, it's in your hands to build up. Thoughts, it's your hands to build up. That's why I say God cannot be easily understood. You can't understand God if you relate yourself to some religion. You can't understand that. If you relate yourself to religion, then you will not understand anything about God. Unfortunately, it is that people confined to some imaginary world. Every religion is imaginary. I'm not talking of religion, but I'm just referring to you. Every religion is imaginary. Whatever work you do for positive aspects in life, in this world, that is religion. If you are a professor, if you are scientist, if you are non-scientist, arts one, if you are in engineering, if you are in medical, or if you are in whatever sector of life, you have to confine yourself to that one. All others are fictitious. All others are fictitious. We can see sky exists, we can see solar system exists, we can see world exists, this is what I'm talking about. You have to think of all this, which we can't see, we can't claim that. You may be whatever religion, I would say, is only for your survival of mind, your determination that yes, there is something, because you can't concentrate really. If you really concentrate on what is your duty. Religion shall not give you anything. These fictitious considerations will not give anything. These rituals will not give anything. Only thing you get something from is nature, God. Nature is a teacher, nature is a professor. If you are not with nature, you are not with God. If you cheat nature, you cheat yourself. You go against God. You can't assimilate nature. You can't collect nature. It's impossible. Can you store air? Can you store sunlight? Can you store fire? You can't store. Can you store sky? Can you store your soul? You can't. You have to understand all these points. Storing is not your job. God clearly announces. Storing is not your job. Storing whatever you do is not pertinent to you, because God does not expect you to store, because everything belongs to everyone. That is too temporary. It's not permanent. If I have $1 trillion with me, it's only fiction. Yes, I can use those dollars indeed. I can use those. But those do not belong to me. Right? Imagine today, sea and ocean. Waves are over. Sun doesn't stand there. No air, no sun. What shall happen to waters? Can you imagine? That is where quality plays in, because quality says there should be air to keep water movement, there should be waves, there should be signals from nature to keep water stirring so that it renews itself all time. If there is nothing as such, water stagnates, what shall happen? Other gases which are not required for existence of human, those will appear. But we have spoiled air. What a beauty we have done. What quality we have achieved. For our greed, for abusing material within earth, we have spoiled. for production of cars, for production of petroleum, gasoline, for our own greed. We have spoiled everything. Just think of how we have spoiled quality ourselves. Quality of air we have spoiled because of our nonsense, our ignorant ideas. It was around 60, 70 years before that this use of gasoline, use of diesel shall spoil air. But nobody bothered that time. Oh, leave it aside, this is imagination. They considered that hypothetical. But result today is air is polluted. This air you think is controllable by you. No, it can't be. We may be very advanced in sciences, in technologies, but we are not well advanced in philosophy of understanding, philosophy of mind. We spoiled something not constructed by us. We did not construct air, but we spoiled this. In our country, Bharat, India, 35 crores, all vehicles work every day. 35 crores vehicles or say more. And all these drink what? Petroleum products or gases. Where from these come? These come from sea and below and earth and below. These come from the... And also, not only we polluted air, we produced polymers, plastics. Are you aware of this? This petroleum product which we call fossils, fuels, fossil-based fuels. This fuel which was to top level, to apex use since 1935, and we have consumed nearly whatever was available, and we are such of electrical systems, means we have eaten what was made for us, and by that eating we know energies cannot be exhausted, energy cannot be terminated. Those energies of fuel which we consume through our vehicles have transformed to bad energies in air, and we call air polluted. We have raised temperature of earth, we have polluted air, we have diminished impact of ozonization that God provided on top layer of air. Ozone effect is limited now, it is otherwise negative. So who is responsible for quality here? Whole world acted against quality that God provided air for us. God never can take it back, but we destroyed it. And we are destroying everything by using that fuel in cars, in traffic. We first of all, on priority basis, spoiled air, and then also we were so happy to use byproducts of those fuels, which are called hydrocarbon CH3 based byproducts like ethane, methane, propane, methyl, all this organic materials, because this contained inorganic, organic both, this fuel. So organic came out, and we were so happy to use or to produce those byproducts through byproducts using our chemistry into plastics called polymers. We are using them and now abusing as well, because this has spoiled our continents, our beaches, our seas. What do you think about that? Today we complain about plastics, but who is responsible for that? We are also responsible, absolutely responsible. First we exhausted these products of fossil fuels and used them, burned them in cars. And for cars we abuse steel, abuse fibers, abuse rubber, abuse everything. We use all metals available within our earth. Petroleum we use, that came from death of animals in sea, which called fossil fuels, which took millions of years to produce this much reservoirs all over the world. And still the reservoirs are being explored. And countries feel happy, oh, I got reservoir, I'll extract this fuel for so many years. America did it, Gulf did it. We are doing that. After getting so much hit, we do not learn. We fail to learn. Because we have only one point in mind, economy and money. That point of mind does not contain anything else. Unfortunate it is. So we axed our legs, we axed our feet. Nobody else is responsible, we are responsible. Nobody else can be held responsible for this. We have to hold ourselves responsible for this. But we don't accept that fact. Because we are human beings. Despite knowing it's a fact, it's truth, we won't accept it. That is called weak quality of human being. We should be frank in accepting our mistakes, but we don't, because we want to make money. Money is still same. There's no change. If you are intelligent, you can understand wealth does not change its quantity. I can simply say, you have a house. I give example again and again. You have a house, you built it. Okay, successfully built it. You use some plot area. You did foundations. You did a structure. You did finishes. And you say, okay, now it is so much value. After 5 years, 10 years, I got this value. But how could you get this value? It is conversion value. It's not real value. Because your currency is falling in comparison to other currencies. Material that you consumed in that construction of house is same. There is no change. Rather, there is deterioration because of its use. We are in tear. Value is increasing not because of its real value, it's because of fluctuation. Because of your value is falling, your currency is falling. That's why I say material cannot change. We have to understand this point. Whatever is there is related to others, not to your own. Just like we say, oh, I am now 50 years old, I am weak. It's age factor, I got this disease. I got my knees pain. You always call it, oh, he's young boy, he's brilliant, he's this, he's energetic. Yes, youngs are energetic. And others are not energetic because they are not energetic, but mind is developed, pragmatism exists. In youth, doesn't exist any level of pragmatism, but energy. But as they grow up, mind value is more important than energy of body. Energy of body is used for generation, but use of mind results in power of thinking, power of research. There's a difference. Everybody has to pass through these stages. I don't deny that. But quality means you have to be firm. We fail in quality all over the world. We are not quality society. We are not knowledge society. Our knowledge is inefficient. We talk of a lot. We are knowledge society. We are very well educated society. We have so many graduates, postgraduates and doctors. But fact remains, we are relative. We are not original thinkers. We can't think a lot. We can't think. We think about religion a lot, which we can't understand. We don't understand that. But we fight with each other. Religion is most important to us. Caste fraction is most important to us. But not quality, not life. I don't know what our thinking has gone to and where. Religion has nothing to do with us. Caste has nothing to do with us. It's your capacity, it's your character, it's your potential that makes you. It's not religion, it's not caste, it's not even your country. You only. Yes, resources are required. Society is required. Everything is required. But first of all, you are required. If you don't understand quantity and quality relation, you are not human being, I can say. Not at all. My approach toward quality doesn't mean for money. It means optimum use of material that nature, blesses on us. I should say blesses. If suppose this material is not available, then we won't do anything. What we will do? God has automatized everything. What food you eat, weight of rice or grains or vegetables, whatever you eat, it's not your own. It's not your own. Even if you pay for that, it's not your own. Because that's only exchange money, not real money. You buy product, you eat it, consume it. When it is available, you can eat it. Suppose it is not available, what shall you do? Say there is no wheat grain, there is no rice, there is no vegetable. What shall you do? It's not because of your involvement, it's because of natural wealth, natural gift. Because there is soil, because there is water, because there is sun, because there is air, because there is sky, and because there is human, that human whom we call farming professional, that processes it according to technology provided by it, which could understand by virtue of time, and we get this food crops, vegetables, and consume them. So what's ours in there? A processing stage only, and that too because there is farmer, and these products which you have are freely available. Soil is freely available, sky is freely available, water is freely means it's free in nature. It doesn't mean that you are not to pay for that. But suppose you have to pay for everything. Can you pay? How shall you pay? Really, it's very complicated subject, but very easy to understand. Don't be conservative. Of course, preserve it, but don't conserve it. Don't think that you are rich. Yes, be thankful to that power which provides you good time, good fortune, but it's nothing yours, remember. It's nothing yours. You may have one house or you may have 25 houses. It's one and same thing. You have one house or one bed, it is one and same thing. You may live in a bungalow or you may live in a president house, it is one and same thing. It doesn't make a difference. If you consider soul is important than life. And you have to consider one day, because soul shall go with you, not your house, not your body, not your relatives. No one shall go with you. And that is where you have to survive. Not this planet. Nobody can survive on this planet forever. This is what quality of God is, specification of God is, mandate of God is. My God, when I say God, doesn't mean any specific God. So we have to understand quality with different perspective. And therefore, my point of quality is that 70% of your time or your money is used in construction. You may realize this fact or no. You are walking on the road, on a footpath, you are going through some railway station, going through some airport, you are using your WC, you are using your water line, you are using your building, you are using food, you are using whatever you can say, hospital. Directly or indirectly, construction is involved. Everywhere. In that construction, if you ignore, which you are doing, you are ignoring. You not give regard to what deserves. We believe in those who are fictitious people. We don't believe in those who are real people. A curtain of religion is spread on your eyes, and you can't come out of that because of those shopkeepers, pandits. They created all this for their business, and we keep on them, unfortunately. Quality life and quality time and quality work all include in yourself. If you can change quality, well, I think there is nothing more important than that. But day by day, quality has been dropping everywhere in our country. Machine quality, article quality, vegetable quality, other quality, human quality. We don't have any control on this. This is really very much annoying to me and to you, but you are enjoying, don't care. You don't understand construction, you don't understand life, but you are enjoying with that. Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. What to say about that? As a person, I can only comment. I can't do something else on that. I can't do anything else. When I talk of construction, it's because I felt it, I experienced it. I know construction can be done qualitatively because it requires some attention, it requires some constant supervision, it requires some training for people who have to work, but it doesn't cost anything specific. We should understand. It does not cost anything additional, provided it is included in the system. But people don't care even that. Okay, I don't care for quality, I just deliver this one to him and he'll pay me. Approach is different. Quality can be attained, it has been attained, it was attained, but now it is not attained at all. You can go and see whatever work in life, you can see quality is absent. Big company or small company, big promoter or small promoter, big engineer or small engineer, all keep distant from quality. I don't know reason behind that. You're not going to save any cost, you're not going to reduce any budget. You're going to spend material on something which is not quality oriented. And you spoil natural material, means you spoil work of God. You have no right to spoil material. Let us study material and use it properly. So we lack in. Technology exists, but we lack in. And people say, oh, it works, no problem. Question is not it works or it doesn't work. That's not a question. Question is what we have done. Why we have done. Quality is also constrained. I know it's not free hand. It's not unlimited. But whatever it is, it is. It is and it is. Why Gulf people could attain better quality than ourselves? Because there was fixed system. There was no fluctuation. There was no concession. They had to. And that's the point where we should be worried about. We should concentrate on that. That's the point here. We have to think of that. And this is where I can say learning is more important sometimes of something. You may be expert, but you are not exclusive. You are not indispensable. Quality cannot be indispensable. No way. When we pray to God, what do we pray? I'm not laughing, I'm enjoying. Don't think otherwise. When you go to temple or mosque or somewhere else, what do you pray? God care for us. God take our care. Stay with us. God do this for us and do this for us. We are ultimate. Give me house, give me children. Give me knowledge, not knowledge. Give me education, give me certificate, no knowledge. Give me soft life, give me every facility. Nobody says give me hard life, right? Did you ever demand? Give me some hard work, give me some struggle, give me some knowledge. Tell me how many people demand that. Not even 0.1%. Everybody wants to become king, everybody wants to become landlord. Everybody wants to enjoy life. That is true sense. That is weakness of humanity. Why don't you ask, give me some trouble? Do you have capacity to ask that? Tell me how many people can ask, give me some trouble time. Nobody would ask that. They want knowledge. They can buy knowledge by money, unfortunately. They think they can buy knowledge by money. And they are doing that. They are buying certificates without study. Oh, I am doctor from America, I am doctor from that country. And if you talk to that person, you will find there's no doctor in that. I am engineer, I passed from this university. If you talk to the engineer, you will not find any engineering knowledge with them. I am a promoter, I build up high rises. And you talk to that person, he knows nothing about construction. This happens. We are people who consider ourselves riches only by transactions of money. Dealership, you can say. Agency, you can say. We are not oriented agriculture, oriented society anymore. Our people, middle class people, don't like agriculture. They don't like hard work. They want to move in cars. They want to come out of cars because they are big. They don't want to clear sewer line because they are Rajputs. They are big. They don't consider their job, but they don't forget. This is a part of nature. If there is no sewer line cleaning, there is no toilet cleaning, can you survive? Because that's essential part of life. It's a process, fundamental process. Whatever you consume or eat, you have to dispose it off. If you don't dispose it off, it will dispose you off. You know in septic tank and sewer line what type of bacteria work? Have you ever studied that? You never studied that. Because for that study, you have to concentrate. There are two types of bacteria. Generally, I'm not saying all. One is that bacteria which survives and thrives on air, and that is called aerobic bacteria. Aerobic, A-E-R-O-B-I-C. And there's another bacteria which survives on consuming carbon dioxide, which survives on consuming hydrogen sulfide. You mean say that bacteria doesn't need air. That bacteria doesn't require any air for survival and thriving, and we call it anaerobic bacteria. Bacteria that does not need any oxygen. So there are two kinds of prime bacteria. Now human is what? We consume oxygen and air which has nitrogen, which has argon, which has this and that, and oxygen is abundance. We survive on this gas. But if you go and see in waters how fishes survive, there's no air. They survive in carbon dioxide or other gases. This means God has classified life according to medium in which you are surviving. If you are in air, or you are in waters, or you are in space, or you are in sewer line, wherever you are, scientifically, organization has been done. So if you don't understand your life, you are happy to eat, but you are unhappy to dispose of what you ate, you depend on others, then you are not human being. You are not a human being. You keep off from nature. Keep off from nature. That's our job. When there were no sewer lines, we used to go to fields, particularly when our economy was based on agriculture alone. People had no toilets. We used to go in fields and pass out, discharge. And then they did nothing after that. Nature would take care of that. But that doesn't happen now. So quality element lies there as well. Who shall qualitatively clear that affluent and that solid material which we dispose of? That's also part of high responsibility. We can't say, oh, this is dirty job, it's not my job. Food we are using, food that you are eating, from where does it come? It also comes from that dirty septic product that's called fertilizer and PK. That comes from there. And that means it comes from your stool and your urine, and also urine of animals. How do you eat it? It's a point of concern. And that's what I'm saying. Analysis is a must. We must do analysis for everything. And only after conducting analysis we can say we got something. And that's why I'm giving analysis-based method statements which are more important. Maybe you say I'm criticizing I criticize all time. No, I'm not fond of criticism. I don't want to criticize anybody because criticism is not my job. My job is not criticism but to qualityism. I want to qualiticize, I want to qualify everybody to understand quality. Doesn't matter which university you come from, you can see trees exist. You find any deficiency in trees? These come from very small size to high size and give fruits. There's some system working in that. You know that system. All agencies work on that. And they work. We are also a tree. Every person is a tree. We come from our rooted swamp and start growing, and we grow throughout life. Why don't we have quality? Tree has quality because tree doesn't need money. Tree doesn't expect any money from you. It gives you shadow. It gives you leaf. It gives you fruit. It gives you branches. It gives you homes for birds. And it does whatever it can do. It stays in sun without any problem. It doesn't need any, it never complains that it's 45 degrees or 50 degrees, I can't stay. Yes, it accepts burning of its plant, of its leaves. It accepts that tree fall through winds also, but still stays there. This means tree is resistant to nature. No, it is acceptable to nature. Nature accepts it and accepts nature, but it keeps on growing. And you see its roots go on depth, increasing and increasing. It grows in size and never complains even after losing its leaves. Its small foot continues through sap, through its annular rings in between space. Can we learn from this and see how long life it has? It has hundreds of years of life. This tree has. It never falls. It never falls. It renews every day. It delivers fruits. It never complains. It never ever complains. But we complain for every pain. We complain of everything. Can't we learn from tree? We have to learn from tree. Tree teaches us life. Can't we learn from sun? Regularity, punctuality, determination, concentration, dedication. Can we learn from sun? Can we learn from air? What is thunderstorm? What is flow of air? What is gust of air? What is temperature of air? What's composition of air? How we spoiled it, we should not have done. Same way, how it is protected by nature. Can we understand that? If nature had a desire to protect it, why did we not? Why did we pollute it? That's the point. And such considerations, such you can say contemplations, give rise to some formula, some protective and preventive measures for future, for sustainability, I can say. Today we consume something, we consume continuously, we go on consuming, and we keep consuming without replenishing that. We consumed nature, we did not replenish that. We explored coal, we did not replenish that. We explored fossil fuels, we did not replenish that. But if nature allows it, it replenishes everything. And that's where we fail. We caused voids in earth, we caused mines in earth, we destroyed solid status of earth, and we feel that we have got this facility and we enjoy that. We say this is progress. Yes, this is progress. But there's negative progress also with this positive progress. There's negative development also with this. We have to understand this. And this is called quality thinking. Means you have to keep nature also intact where it was, but we are not serious about that. No one in whole world. This means if there is some positive, of course there will be negative. But if that negative can be made positive, I think that's better called process of quality. It's not easy for us because we can't do that. We are expert in exploiting resources and spoiling our resources. That's where quality points in, and I always stress that quality can be understood only by merits and demerits. What we have seen. We have seen enough demerits currently, enough demerits. And God also sending us signals through various diseases also, like COVID-19. God told us, this is not your property. I least bother if you all die. This is a message from God. You may be big, you may be intelligent, you may be scientist, you may be engineer, you may be very highly qualified, but I am your father and mother. You can't breach me, you can't cross me. You think of one solution, I'll give you another problem. You think of another solution, I'll give you another problem. This is my examination. You have to pass. If you can't pass, then you are failed. This was happening. You may do whatever in panic. God is not in panic. God is in design tools. God keeps on suppressing you, keeps on matting you, keeps on hitting you, beating you, and that's what it's doing. Just like God changed the entire world in 1 year. You can see impact of God in just 1 year. In just 1 year, less than 1 year, God has changed worldwide entire society. Those glamorous world has gone down. Those people who used to have pride, I take worldwide tour every year, has gone down. Flights have been grounded, factories have been closed, jobs have gone. Means that mad rush has been rushed away, has been thrashed. Foolishness has been squeezed. Still, there is no difference in this disease. It's on high speed. It's moving. This means God least bothers about us if we don't bother about God's system. If we don't value system, if we don't value blessings, if we don't value the God's given us, I should simply say, whole universe is support to us. Whole universe. But we don't value it. We just madly rush behind making money. That money stands of no use if you die of COVID. What use of that money is? That point is very important to understand, that everything cannot be converted to money, and we have to be very serious about that point. So my talk about construction was, I tried to explain by references how nature works and how we should do. That point is really important. And if you don't understand that point, we can't understand many other points. I will not pull this talk to length because my purpose was quality issue, and quality issue is more important than something else. Quality designs, method statements, rise risks and rapid costs, all are included this. Actually, engineering is different. It's not simply education. Engineering is to think about. Purpose of an engineer is to think and do job. But unfortunately, money, power, dogmatic power, madness to make money earn more and more has impacted on power of thinking. That thinking, which you call engineering, has been defeated. Only artificial engineering exists. Today even calculators and computers have destroyed our memory, destroyed our thinking capacity, though I'm not against it, but these tools which were supposed to be used by human being, now these tools unfortunately are using human beings. So quality has gone against human being. My calculation power, my memory power is reduced because of computers. Writing skill is reduced. Means we are losing everything. You can't write now. Forget manual writing. Even on computers, people don't write full. They are more happy to post photos, post scenes. This means analytical word has gone. Analytic power is gone. Only synthesis exists. Photo is synthesis. Of course, it's all analytical based but synthesis. We believe in messages, we believe in photographs, which is common, but still scientists work and engineering work, but those two are affected by such background, all come from same background. So whatever high degrees you have, profile you have, we have failed to understand in 1 year trying COVID-19. All scientists of world, doctors of world have failed. And that's what greatness of God lies herein. Means if you are 1 step ahead, God is 10 steps ahead. We should say that. If you say I am intelligent, God says I am super intelligent. Come on and examine, I'll examine you. And examination of God is like that. You must be clear about this point. Everything cannot be said as people say. It can be done as people do, think. Quality can't be achieved without procedures, and procedures must be quality based. See, it's to both ways. If I want to do something, I have to think for that, and there can be many formulas that may come into my mind, and I have to think of those formulas also. If we can't think of those formulas, I can't do anything. Formulas cannot dictate me. Formulas can guide me. And I have to decide which formula I have to adopt, either by calculations or by experimentation. I have to do that. So, I thought to be specific on methods today, but I thought, okay, keep on talking something which I never write before I talk. Something comes to my mind and I speak. And that's practice I adopted since I started making these videos. Some based on information, some based on without information. Because sometimes you know what happens, something is in your mind, it's stored in your mind, it doesn't come out. But when you start talking something or writing something, that priming action goes, priming thoughts. Of course, in the beginning you may speak small language, slow language, very small contents, abstract form concept. But when you start thinking, concentration, you're looking at others. Concentration gives an opening. Your all cells of your mind, and thoughts generate automatically, answers to generate automatically. That's very importance of quality lies in. This means your mind must have something which is not expressed before, which has capacity to explore. Same thing, we have quality basis. We can explore nature to understand what nature is. Means science can be generated through nature. We know what science is. Science is how this nature works. If you understand that, if you observe that, we can say yes, this is a system, but that system is further understood by our own knowledge. And we can use that system's product, that system's contents, this is called material, and we extract all metals from nature. There's no metal which we don't get from nature. We can't get anything without nature, and we depend on nature in every aspect of life. There's no one who can say I am independent of nature. If somebody claims that, I can say that person has some deficiency of mind. So that person claims as such. Nature and God are same. Without God, no one can survive. Now, I don't know what shall happen after next minute. Nobody knows. That's where point lies in. So my point here is quality, which means quality of work, quality of thought, quality of life, quality of procedure, quality of thinking, quality of organization, quality of conception, quality of cost, quality, whatever quality. Again I say, if you want to grab something without your being rightful owner, you have to suffer. You have to suffer. No way out. Your soul knows and you know how honest you are. Without being honest, if you are honest, you are clear in terms, you shall say support of. One time was people were honest, they used to do field work, farming work, all over the world, not only here, but also in many other parts of the world. They were very hardworking. Of course, they used animals, camels, bullocks, horses, and many more. Even some donkeys in many parts of the world were used for farming support. Health of those people involved in farming was good. Means they used to get heat, waters, airs, everything all day or many hours of a day. Were healthy, means quality was good. They used to take 3 times the food, even though it's difficult for us to digest one time, but they used to digest 3 times. There was quality of life. That quality has gone now. Now they don't have that quality as well because they have become mechanized. Whatever they used to do themselves using plow, that now tractor does. JVC does everything to them. This generation is new, of course, are educated, but not to that extent that they assimilate nature with them. If you want to build your health, you can take sun bath or sun rays. You can use ultraviolet index. You can drink water and you can keep healthy. 50% of health will go away if you do not use these disease. I don't see people nowadays happy with sun, happy with walking. They're not happy. My dear friend, I'm not against anything here. My only concentration is that we should not waste our energies, we should not waste nature. Quality is very important. Money is important, but not exclusively important. Your mind use is very important. Use of mind, which we are not doing. We are not interested to do that. How many people concentrate in a day? You can take your own example. How many out of 24 hours do you concentrate? And what on you concentrate? On what subject? Believe me, if you think of nature, you will be a different person. Different person. Don't be obsessive with relations. Don't be obsessive with programs. We can maintain ourselves. We can move that way. I have seen people, they always complain. Don't complain. You complain about your problems. This means you don't trust in God. God teaches you all the time. God warns you. Even before that, God warns. Directly or indirectly, you get messages. And God just teaches only. That teaching you have to understand. But to think somebody departs from you, oh, this is wrong, God has done wrong with me. You may say God has done wrong with me, but God knows what He is doing. you don't complain. If you don't get success, don't complain. If you get hardship, don't complain, because it's part of life. I just gave you example of tree. Tree gets all facilities, but also heat, also thunderstorm that can dethrone it. But yet tree stands there, it doesn't move, it doesn't run away. But you run away. There's a difference. You run away from responsibility. Why do you think that you have to enjoy this life? Why do you think that only? I have to enjoy this life. This life is not free. You are not paying anything for this life. How it's free for you? What did you pay for this? Tell me. Did you pay something for your body? Did you pay something for someone? You are using natural material. Did you pay someone? Yes, you paid. Your use of material. Or you are using air free of cost. You are using free of river water free. You are using air free. You are using solar energy free. Solar energy, I mean the sunlight. You are getting so much freedom from constraints of cost. That's the point where you should learn. If I do something quality, I'm not doing an obligation onto someone. I'm not fulfilling duty, but that's my job. That's my happiness. It's really happiness. That gives me something I desire or don't desire. I can't complain. If I think on, if I concentrate and get some knowledge, maybe in beginning when I start thinking, I won't get anything. But when I keep on thinking and thinking and thinking, continuously keep it, I'll get some internal messages, internal delivery. My soul shall be forced to think on that, because my thinking goes through soul, through concentration. And when I say concentration, it's through soul. Soul is concentrating line. It's chain of thinking. Soul has power to think. Soul is a spectrum of thinking. Without soul, I can't do anything. And that's a very important point. We should concentrate on that. And once I enter chain of thinking, I can jump into whatever field of the problem I have. And nature would tell me solutions, give me solutions. This is a solution for that. You try it and come back to me and see what's the result. This happens. So starting points, same as I said, starting point is, what I say is raising alarm through soul. Alarm to what? To soul itself, not alarm to other one. And you try it, don't just trust me. Don't trust me, try it. Your life will change. Your deception would change. Because you think something, even if you're working with some government, you think something. Those who cannot think, who cannot concentrate, those people always remain in panic. They always remain in panic. And nowadays, use of mobile during your work hours, during your journey, travel, driving, causes panic, not to driver but to others. And that's wrong. You are driven off concentration of driving. You are driven off not only concentration of driving but also risking lives of others. When you have panic of examinations, why do you have panic of examinations? Because you are not prepared. You don't not regular, you don't attend your classes. You don't have a timetable to follow, schedule to follow. Why don't you consider every subject of mathematics? Because mathematics you cannot pass if you don't practice calculations. You cannot practice, you cannot study, but practice mathematical questions. You can't pass it. You can't learn in one day. Application of mathematics, application of questions. You can't do that. Why don't you consider that this world is mathematics? Physics, chemistry, commerce, calculations, imaginations, drawings, all are related to mathematics. Mathematics lies in every part of our life. Mathematics, this tells you math, matha, mind. A carpet of mind, a pool of mind, just mathematics is. If you don't grab it, you don't grab it, if you don't think it, then you may move a wrong way. You may move a wrong way and you may get wrong way. After passing my education of first diploma or even before that education of school, I always failed to concentrate. Due to certain circumstances that encompassed me in my childhood, in my school going life, I could not concentrate to a level that was required. Like other students did, I could not even attentively attend my classes, and I missed a lot. I thought I would do it later on. You could say that I was not at all a good student. You may say that. But everybody passes. Generally, if you study some questions before examination, you will pass. You may be not silver medalist, but at least fake medalist you are once you pass. But this weakness continued with me because of some reasons, and reasons I don't want to explain here. Give here. Well, later on I realized that when I used to work in higher studies also, not higher actually, ordinary studies you can say, I realized that I had mind. I realized that I could think, I could pick up. But why I did not, and I analyzed my whole life. It is because of shortage of time, because of shortage of money, because of shortage of many other issues. I could not do that. Of course, that is tremendous. That's tremendous to consider. I always thought things would change. But when I describe that, I wrote to doctor something, I could not solve it. The same thing. So, if you want to solve something, you have to see God did not do any injustice in delivering mind to people. Even dogs, sheep, lambs have mind, cows, buffaloes, horses have mind, birds have mind. Can't say they don't have mind. If all those creatures have mind, every human has mind. It's only use of this mind, people don't want to use it. And when they do not use it, it doesn't give them confidence. If you want to have confidence, you have to use your mind. Otherwise, well, you may be feeling today very boresome, I know. Very boresome. Analysis talk, thinking talk, quality talk, mind talk. You have every right to feel bored. But don't think that all times you will bored. Start enjoying thinking. I say, think. It is rational. Start enjoying thinking. It's grabbing. It's beautiful. It's aesthetical. It's a good landscape. It's traveling the sky. Believe me, you will change your ordinary world. Power of thinking shall take you to 7 skies, 7 seas. You will fly over seas. You fly over skies. You fly over mountains. You fly in plane alone. And you will find different amazing journeys. And also you will find solutions to your problems. Big problems will solve. Small problems you want, let them go to hell. I don't care for small problems. But small problems shall stand themselves there with you with complete solutions. Try it. I assure you, I promise you that it will change your personality. I'm not saying you will make money, because my statement is not for making money. My statement is for creating money, not making money. Creating money means not currency, development. There are two people in world. One who wants to make money and other one is that who wants to use natural resources or sources. Money has no place in world because money is fixed in terms of wealth, in terms of material. So that cannot be changed. It's only fictitious idea that I am this and I am that. And also those who are interested in killing others, I don't trust them, whatever they are. If you think of killing others, you can't be with God. Can't be with God. That's also a fact of life. It depends on what I say, quality. If a person, if an engineer, a scientist, believes in to construct bomb for killing others, you know quality status of that scientist and quality status of that government who wants to grab lands of other countries and not values. What status of that head is for the government? You want to kill humanity for what? You have no answer. This means you are going to destroy God's work. No problem. You can survive whatever you want to survive. You can live whatever you want to live. Life is yours. Your life is your property. You can move on and on and on and on. No way. And I got benefit of thinking. Then my capacity of thinking increased first of all. Capacity of contemplation increased. Capacity of contemplation and capacity of conception increased. And I started understanding subjects very fast. My all confusions are over, which I got in my secondary education or higher education, or you can say in diploma or degree education, or misconceptions ran away. I was at one time could not understand. It was time could not understand what I had to do. What was my job description? In those days, jobs were not described. But I had to learn myself. And when there was a time when I thought, oh, yes, I can move on, I can learn. And this concentration helped me. I wasted my time also, many, many years. I did not think of, I did not concentrate. But later on I started, I think, concentration and studies and thoughts and gave me a lot of, in sketch making, drawing making, you can say painting and imaginary works and use of engineering. Of course, I think without further education, I got something which you can never get out of your education. And I then started immersing myself in contemplations which is beyond education. And I got many answers to my problems of engineering as well as life. I got help from nature in terms of solutions, and I never try to publish them because that's no use. It's better if you apply that in your work. And I one time realized that my efficiency was moving very fast. I really was satisfied that I could do a job, I could do some work which others could not do in double time or triple time, you can say. I could do job which 50 people could not do. There was a stage at one time. Of course not physically but mentally, because people don't like to do office job, they want to just pass time. Even today People can't concentrate. I've seen youth and others who write on Facebook or Hourts. They can't write correctly, they can't express their minds, they only write photos. Oh, see what a beautiful photograph it is, what a snap it is, what beautiful family and all that. Means limited compliments, not explanatory compliments. People are not happy, they are not happy to read documents, they are not happy to understand, they are not happy to analyze their country, their systems, their laws. There's no such efficiency available currently. Well, that's a different point. I don't want to waste time on that. But it happens certainly. We have to be very, very careful about that. Well, it's now I'll keep talking same because I am today myself surprised how I'm just moving on talking about quality in such a lengthy period of 3 hours around, not discussing matters in details today. No problem. Sometimes it happens that automatically something comes off your mind, which really unexpectedly came out of this. I was thinking of something else, but not that well. It's okay, life's like that. Sometimes plans do not work. Sometimes I think those people are better who improvise their plans rather than making plans. And I've done this about numbers also, which I'm not sharing here, but that's many talks are there about spirituality of numbers, which numbers also, of course, God given. Interpretations are was like we interpret our own body, our own flow of soul. So methods which I am interested in because of quality, we have to respect quality that God has given us in terms of nature, quality of air, quality of water, quality of sea, quality of lithosphere, quality of continent, quality of sky, quality of sun, quality of solar system, quality of human generation, quality of human, quality of mind, quality of everyone has certain level of quality which we have to realize, and top quality goes with top floor of our body, and that quality must be used. You are not paying anything for that. It's free of cost. It can be used unlimitedly. There is no drop in signals, there is no drop in call, nothing. And this connection is to nature, this connection is to your for entire, ultimate father, ultimate power. This connection is very important. If you use this connection for this is fine, otherwise there is no force on that. It's up to you. And I like to close this talk now. Thank you very much. I'll continue with this one. Wish you all best.